So Article 37 application of the principles contained in this part. The provision contained in this part shall not be enforceable by any court, but the principles therein led. So the provision contained in this part shall not be enforceable by any court. The provision contained in this part shall not be enforceable by any court, but the principles therein laid down are nevertheless fundamental in the governance of the country. Principles not justiciable by nature nor enforced in a court of law. If they are not acted upon by the state, no one can move the courts, but they have been made morally binding. Upon the government by stating that they are fundamental to the governance of the country, and the state has a duty in applying this DPSP. According to Sir Bureau, the DPSP, wherein the nature of the moral precepts and DPSP the principle and fundamental government shall be the duty of the state to carry. So the principle is not enforceable. The DPSP are non-justiciable by nature and cannot be enforced in the court of law. If they are not acted upon by the state, no one can move the courts, but they have been made morally binding upon the government by stating that they are fundamental to the governance of the country, and the state has a duty in applying the DPSP. According to Sir Bureau, the DPSP by the nature of moral precepts, DPSPs are directives of the future government to incorporate them in the decisions and the policies to be formulated by them. They are in the form of instructions, guidelines to the governments at the center as well as in the states. They were incorporated in our constitution in order to provide social economic justice. Therefore, no government can afford to ignore them. The reason for making the DPSP explicitly non-justiciable are that they require resources which the state may not have. The state is required to give them a concrete shape as and when it finds it practicable to do so. With economic development and growth, the states will strive to achieve goals set out in this part. For example, poverty makes students take to labor. As a consequence, making primary education universal as well as private education universal as well as compulsory was not considered practical. Hey Sahil. Hi. Studying something? Yes, I'm studying. So the state is required to give them a concrete. This is making data is explicitly non-justiciable by the terrible resources when the states may not have, the state is required to give them a concrete, safe, and when it finds it practicable to do so with economic development. Hi everyone. Okay. Reason for making difference be explicitly non-justiciable under the required resources and the state may not have, the state is able to put them on to state as an practicable to do so with economic development and growth. The state should strategic goals at out in this part. Thank you so much. The state is able to give them a proportion and the net funds calculated with economic development should consequences goals, making primary education universal as well as compulsory was not considered practical in the opinion described as DPSP Article 45. Guys, go check out my channel and subscribe. The state is able to give them conversation when it finds practicable to do so. The state is able to, with economic development, the state should strategic goals that are cause of poverty. Poverty in India makes children take to labor as a concern, making primary education universal as well as compulsory, but was not considered practical in the beginning and was kept as a DPSP in Article 45.